Drafting worldwide, wide. All right, welcome back to the Revit Garage project. In the last lesson we went through and we learned how to create and modify these levels to basically work with the project that we're working on. In this lesson we're going to go back to our first floor plan, and I inserted this text in here as our project criteria that we're going to use in a later lesson. I'm just going to pick that up and move that to the side for now. And I also added these doors and windows in the other lesson just to basically show how you do that and give you an idea of how it works with all the views that you're working in. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those in here for right now, and what I really wanted to focus on is a really simple lesson, and it's basically talking about the building orientation. So whenever I do a building orientation, I made it 30 feet wide and 40 feet deep. So if I was going to put garage doors in here, I could come up here to component, or actually I'd probably go to architectural door. So architecture tab, door, and whenever I look at the doors here, I only have single flush doors to choose from. So I'm going to come up here to my modify place door, and I'm going to load family. And it's going to take me to this US Imperial, and I'm going to click on the doors there, and I'm going to choose the overhead sectional door, which is a garage door. And later I'll show you how to find other doors that are more artistic or that have windows in them. We can go to different sites and download different types of doors. We're going to use this door overhead sectional, and I'm going to say open. And it defaults to this 8-foot by 6-foot door, which is a very, very small door. I don't even know if my truck would fit in that. So I'm going to see if they have any others available, which they don't. So I'm going to edit type, and just like I made a custom wall, I'm going to make a custom overhead door. And if you look at the project criteria, the ones that I gave you were 9 foot by 7 foot. So I'm just going to call this 9 foot by 7 foot. And then down here in my size, well, let's see. Trying to find the size of that door in here. It's not in there. I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to change this to 9 feet wide by 7 feet high. Say apply. And then if I was going to put those doors in the front of the building, I would place them there. And I need to flip this so that the garage door is on the inside. So whenever I click that, I have these little arrow buttons. So these are the flip buttons. So I'm just going to flip that to the inside. And now whenever I look at this in 3D, you can see the front of the building has those garage doors out front. So just real quickly, I'm going to throw a roof on this just for fun, just to give you a better idea what this is going to look like. So I don't want to worry about you creating the roof correctly or learning how to do the roof. I'm just going to do this real quickly for you just so that you can see what it looks like. I'm just going to pick a basic roof here, the asphalt shingle one. I'm going to make a 1 foot overhang, and I'm going to come in here and throw a gable roof on here. And I'm going to make that gable roof have like a 612 roof pitch. And we'll talk more about this later, so you don't have to worry about that right now. I'm just doing this for visual purposes. So I say okay. I'm going to look at this in 3D again, and just for fun I'm going to attach that wall to the roof. So now you can start to see how that actually looks. And this was with the front wall 30 feet wide and the garage being 40 foot deep. So what I can do is I can come back here to my first floor plan. I can select this wall and I zoom in so that I'm choosing my permanent dimension. I click on the one that says 30, and I'm going to make this 40 feet instead, and I'm going to make this 30 feet. So I basically just made it, I changed it so that it's 40 feet wide and 30 feet deep, and I'm going to have these doors spaced out like this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a door, a man door, or what we call a man door, a 36-inch man door up front here like that. And now whenever I look at this, I basically have something like that. The other thing that I can do is I can go back into this roof and I can make it so that it slopes from these two sides instead. And I'll just real quickly show you what that actually looks like. And again, you don't have to do any of this right now. I just want you to understand, whenever you orient your building, all the different things that come into play. So now, whenever I do this, now I have something that looks like that from the front. So it completely changes the look of the building. So all I really want you to do right now is to play around with different building orientations, insert some overhead doors, some man doors, some windows. They don't have to be necessarily the correct size or anything. I just want you kind of playing around with changing up the views and looking at the different options that you have for your building orientation right now.